So you said something else in the podcast that I thought was interesting and worth exploring. You said, no matter where you are in your career, you still every time have to reinvent that passion. You have to reinvent that reason why the particular project you're working on needs to exist. And when I heard that, I wondered, and does that get harder every time to say, this is why this needs to exist, especially when you're working on multiple projects?
I don't know that this answers the question, but what occurred to me as you're asking me, I've been rejected by the New Yorker now 18 straight times. I've had 4 stories in over the years, but my last 18 submissions have been rejected. No, and you can say what, but every writer can tell you this. Every writer who's been in the magazine has a similar story.
Jess, this has happened to you too?
I've never been rejected ever, so. Once in a bar, I take that back.
I see.
And that was me.
Yeah. I was having a really bad hair day, though, so I don't count that. No, I used to call it rejection farming, and I still, when I finish a short story, I send it to the New Yorker just to get that rejection out of the way before I let someone else take it.
Then I can move on.
No, I share an agent with Joyce Carol Oates, and I love seeing her rejections. Sometimes the agent will mess up and send them both.
Come on, no.
Actually, I shouldn't say that on the radio. Could you strike that?
Is that really? Are you
accidentally,
serious?
Accidentally. No, every writer gets rejected. Yeah, I mean, there are very few magazines. You may not have noticed, but there used to be. Kurt Vonnegut famously made his living writing for slick, glossy magazines, and the number of magazines that now publish fiction of the slicks is 4 or 5, 3, and the New Yorker's the only regular place.
Yeah.
Harper's,
Esquire, Harper's are irregular.
Atlantic Monthlies are regular.
But then again, you are you. So what? Okay, so your point was what when you started that?
That no matter where you're at in your career, it's still mostly about rejection.
And we're just talking about the rejection of stuff that you finished.
Yes.
How much stuff fails on the page?
Yeah, that you reject yourself, that you look at and hate. I mean, I have novels I finished that I hate. That I will never, my kids have the right to publish them after I die. If I still have a career, maybe it'll mean something, but...
Little privilege is going to do that, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. You can see that coming.
He's probably already got it all scheduled out.
So you still sit down with the sense of who's going to want this, where is it going to go, who pays attention, is this going to be good enough, can I match what I wrote before, is this poem as good as that poem? And then you get that thing, I mean, maybe that's also going back to the arts and letters thing. I mean, I'm going to be at this ceremony and friggin' Philip Roth is going to be sitting across some table at some point.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at friggin' Philip Roth. It's like,
and?
Who probably doesn't get rejected by the New Yorker.
Yeah. I mean,
who has never been rejected.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah. So it's just, the stakes rise. Like with any of you out there in whatever job you have, as you advance in your job, the stakes rise. And your career advancement, your promotions, your advance in pay, you take on more and more responsibilities as you get better at your job. You're expected to take on more and more responsibilities as you get better in your job. And I don't think anybody thinks of a writer's career that way.
That's true.
And I'm not sure the general failure rate, sentence to sentence, gets any better. I mean, the stuff, you still are struggling every day. I don't think either of us outlines or has any idea where something is going when it's done. So every day is this leap of faith onto the page where you hope that what you're writing rounds into something worthwhile. Then you hope someone likes it, and then you hope it's published, and then you hope it gets good reviews. It's a hopeful job, and that's why the people who do it because they couldn't not write.